All right. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Had a pretty good New York session or AM session this morning. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. We were in a short originally, and I tried to catch that big meltdown. That did get stopped out for break even, so that one was, you know, just a break even trade. Then after that came back, we had what did it say? I could pull it up right here. I could pull it up. Let's see, we had yeah, so we got short around here, and then we got stopped out break even right here, and then we did get long again down here, and we did catch a nice little run back up. So, you know, pretty solid AM session. RZ, what's up? What's up? What's up, Srinivasan K? I probably said that wrong. I'm gonna call you S. What's up, S? Timothy, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, so a pretty decent morning. You know, we had a very nice meltdown. Oh, guys, so the indicator for everyone that wasn't on the stream this morning, the indicator had the update is out. All right, so the update is out for the indicator. Hello, Ron. Hello, Ron. Buck, what's up? What's up? Yeah, so the new update is in for the indicator. You know, let's go look at ES. ES had a pretty solid one right here. You can see it right here. Let me turn the fair value gaps. 1 second. Yeah, so you can see right here. Swept orb. Right, swept London. You can see it ran up, took out London, and then got the inversion right there. Right, so that's the update. Is it now draws your London and Asia sessions, and then you can go in, you can filter. You know, let's say you wanted to take out like only the orb, right? Okay, then it's going to give you the inversion there. But then let's say you want London high, swept it right there to give you the signal there. If you want Asia and London, it's going to give it to you, you know, over here. Okay, so you know, it's pretty cool, and there are a lot more updates coming into it as well. You know, here we'll do an Apex giveaway. At 35 likes. Let's see if we can hit it. We've not hit 35 likes yet, but if we can hit it, we'll do a giveaway. Put that right there. So yeah, you know, let's see what's going on now. Let's go over to. Yeah, let's go over to NQ. So NQ obviously is lagging to the upside. All right, you can see that right here. NQ is obviously lagging. Oh yeah. So here's our trade that we took this morning. Here's that inversion right there. So yeah, right there. So once we pulled back up through it, we took something like that. Brio says here for the giveaway. Wait, what's this fan thing? See, it's like number 1 fan, number 2. What is that? I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. Anyways, okay. Yeah. So what's price doing right now? What is price doing right now? Let's go take a look. Let's zoom out. So we did inverse the hourly gap. Don't really need that. Did take out new week opening gap. Don't need that. All right, daily. So daily, we have a big daily gap. You can see we wicked super low. We took out that low. Now we're pulling back up. So you know, I'm feeling like this thing's going to close above the CE of this daily gap. All right. We do have on the hourly time frame, we do have this 1 hour gap right here. All right, so we do have a 1 hour gap right there. Okay, and then drop down to the 15 minutes. Let's see, yeah, kind of slowing down. I'm gonna go ahead and delete all this. Don't need all this. Don't need that. Buck says missed the trade earlier. Hopefully something else pops up. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Just kind of clean it up here. Let's see. Here's the trade from yesterday's afternoon session. This awesome long right there. That was textbook. If you guys were here for that. Yeah. So NQ's pulling up into this hourly gap. You can see we are rejecting the CE. All right. So this, if I kind of delete this for a second, you can see we're pulling up into this gap. So we got to inverse this. Okay. We want to see an inversion of that. Let's pull this over here. You know, if we're just gonna hold this and start pushing back down, all right, then we'll probably just look for low day. Suprio says they are down 350 on my 50K funded. Any tips? Yeah, just don't oversize. Don't oversize. Stick to your system. 350 is nothing. That's like a trade. You know, that's like 2 trades probably. So just don't oversize. You know, it's not the end of the world. You're good. Yeah, so if we look at ES over here, all right, what's ES doing? ES took out Asia high right there. So let's go to the daily. You know, do we want to hit yesterday's high? We'll see. We'll see. Priya says they trade micros 3 to 4. Is that good? Depends on your. Depends on your stop loss size. You know, if your stop loss is 2 points, then you can probably trade minis. If your stop loss is 20 points, probably micros. If it's 200 points, definitely micros. You know, it depends on stop loss size. All right. So yeah, right now we are holding the CE, just holding the CE right here on NQ. On ES, what are we doing on ES? Obviously we're pushing, right? We push past overnight high. ES might want that wick. ES might want this wick up here. We'll see. Yes, I live stream in the morning at New York Open in the Discord. Then I live stream in the afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern. All right, so ES just kind of going sideways right now. You know, not any type of crazy movement. Let me clean all this up. I still have a lot of stuff on here. New York. I trade New York AM, New York afternoon. So yeah, I mean, let's see. Yeah, so ES took out Asia high. NQ is still holding this right here. You know, right now we are just inside this area. All right, we're just in this area right here. So what do we want to do inside this? I'm not sure. You know, if we do start slamming lower, like I don't really want to take a trade in this area. Right, I want to see us kind of like start moving out of this for me to take a trade. Like if we start launching up, then I'll look to get long. If we start holding here and slamming down, then I'll look to get short. So that's kind of my plan. Yesterday's trade was really good. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yesterday's trade was amazing. I'm gonna delete this daily gap. I don't need it. I feel like it's kind of making it messy. Gap fill. Don't need gap fill. Don't need this. I don't know what that is. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of clean it up a little bit. There we go. Keep it simple. We did inverse this 15-minute gap, which is pretty interesting right here. Did inverse that, so that is that you know, that's interesting. That's pretty bearish, obviously. You know, we just need to see some type of push lower here. You guys bullish? You guys bearish? How you guys feeling? Cause so here, you know, here's the 15-minute. We did take out sell side right here. Took it out, then we got long. So like that helped me get long. Was once we took that out, and then once we started launching up here, that's kind of when I got long. So, but yeah, right now we are just kind of chilling in that CE, ES. You know. Oops. ES is same thing pretty much. Still holding this hourly gap. We do have an hourly gap that ES is holding. Have not hit the new week opening gap on that yet. If we're gonna get long, ES is the one to get long in. If we're gonna get short, NQ is the one to get short in. You know, like ES for yesterday's high is not a bad idea. I watched your orb ICT training, good stuff. Which of your indicators do you use? I use this one right here. This is the only one that I use right now. The orb ICT. So go to my website. You go to free indicators right here. All right, click that, and it shows you how to get it. You can only get it in the Discord, so you just click that, join the Discord, so it's in there. Let's see. So ES does have this right here. 5-minute. And NQ is holding this. It's pretty messy right now. It's pretty messy. Yeah, I don't know, cause like I would be bullish on ES, but I would kind of be bearish on NQ, which is kind of weird, you know, because like if we look at ES, right, ES is, you know, it's positive on the day, right, while NQ is not. NQ just kind of pulling back into this high time frame P array for the to potentially rip down lower. So it's a little bit interesting, here. I think I like higher. Yeah, I do. Inverse of the 15. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, you know, maybe something like this would work. Up to yesterday's high. I'm not in right now. I'm not in, but potential idea right there. Right now we are kind of holding something like this. I do like higher here. I do like higher. Let's look at the 5-minute on ES. Yeah, I do. But are we gonna get like a little slam down first? I would like something like that. See how like on this play we had this pullback, then we did that, then we went. I would like something like that. I don't think I'm gonna get that here. I think it's just gonna kind of go. You know, we did inverse the 5 minute right there. We did retest it. We are holding. If we can kind of close up here, then I'll probably get long. We got about 3 minutes. 3 minutes here. Let's see. Because we do have the 5 minute inversion. We did hold it right here. We did hold. I would just like to see a little bit more of a closure. See how this, we're kind of, you know, I want to see where this candle closes. If we can close above this, that'll be great. I'll need a closure above this. If not, then I'll wait. So not in yet, just I'm still waiting for confirmation. Check ES, or sorry, NQ. Okay, so NQ is still holding that gap, you know, NQ is just holding this hourly gap. You know, I don't think we went lower though. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I feel like we went higher. It definitely is tricky right now. Definitely is tricky. But yeah, this morning was pretty solid. A little bit frustrating at first, just because we had a target on ES London High, and we hit it. You know, here if I pull it up right here. London High was our target over here. And we, you know, right here. Wait, did I just turn it off? Yeah, I did. Yeah. So right here, hit London High. All right. And our target, like once you start breaking out, we were pretty bullish to London High, and we couldn't really find an entry. That was fine. We got in a short that hit break even, then we got in another long, which was pretty solid. So, you know, overall pretty good day. But you know, afternoon session now. We are rejecting this right here. See that right there? We are rejecting that. We want to see a closure above that to get long. You know, if not, we're gonna look for something like this, and then boom, and then we'll get long there. And that is if we ever get our confirmation. If we don't get our confirmation, then you know, obviously no trade. But NQ is holding the hourly gap. All right, we did inverse the 15-minute, obviously. So let's see what happens here. If we do start slamming down here on this, then maybe we can look for the short, right? So you know, we'll see. There's a lot of divergence between ES and NQ right now. Can you explain what hold the gap means? Yeah, so like if you have a fair value gap, right? I'm sure you know what a fair value gap is. Let's say this is like a fair value gap. We want to see price hold it, right? You know, we want to see price hold that gap. If we inverse it, that's not holding it, right? So, and if you don't know what fair value gaps are or all the terms that I'm talking about, go to my website. Over here, go to education, ICT course, and then I have all my videos right here. So. But yeah, like if you were just to like just take this right here, this 1 minute inversion, so you can see that this is all here. Let me take out all my drawings. So this is all the indicator right here. You can see this right here. So there's your opening range, there's your London sweep, and there's your Asia sweep. So here's a prime example, right? So we go over here, you know, let's turn on the fair value gaps. It's gonna draw your fair value gaps. So if we're just looking at just the opening range, it's gonna give you the inversion there. But let's say we also want to filter in a sweep of London. We're gonna go here, see entry model, and don't worry, there's gonna be a lot more in the entry model here as well in the future. But entry model, we're gonna add London sweep to the filter. Boom. So now it has to take out London before it gives you that inversion. So you take out orb, then you take out London, then there's the inversion right there, and boom, right? So yeah. So yeah, you can see, you know, we just took out Asia, right? There's London. I'm thinking that we're gonna kind of continue here. I don't know, you know, I don't know. It's very weird because NQ does not want to go. MNQ does not want to go at all. But you know, this morning I loved how NQ slammed down here, took out sell side, and then got this strong buy sequence up. So, by the way, if you guys do want this indicator, it is completely free. You get it in the Discord. Just join the Discord, look for the free indicator channel. It's right in there. So. Yeah, price is not doing much right now. Price is not doing much. Yes. I like this shape for higher. See how it's kind of like bowling up, right? But we would have to break past these equal highs right here, get some confirmation to go to yesterday's high. By the way, I don't have my headphones on right now, so I don't know what music is playing, so I'm sorry if it's really bad. But it's yeah. You know, not much action, guys. Not much action. Power hour is in 6 minutes here, so we'll see if we get anything there. Just a lot of patience. You know, if you guys have watched my trading for a little bit, you guys know that there's a lot of patience with my trading. I wait a lot. You know, if we can inverse this gap like that, that'll give me a little bit more confidence for NQ to go higher. But it's not really doing that. You know, it's not doing that. Like this is a lot of divergence here. Look at that. It's crazy. Also, if you guys are tired of the text on the indicator for like London sweep or whatever, all you got to do is go to style and turn these off right here, and it'll take away. So like, see if we turn back on, see London sweep, turn it off, it takes it away. So if you guys don't really want that and you guys just want like the lines, it cleans up the chart a little bit. All right, looks like we're kind of slamming down through here. ES cannot break that high. ES might want to put in another low before we move higher here. Grab some liquidity. Yeah, we are inversing. Oh, we're coming out of this gap right here. This 15-minute gap. Yes, not really pushing. Button the 50K account with your discount. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys need any prop firms or prop firm evals or whatever, any accounts, you can use code GC Trading at pretty much all prop firms. APEC, Take Profit Trader, Bullnox, right? It'll always get you the best discount right here, GC Trading. So yeah, so we are kind of pushing down here. We are kind of pushing down. So the thing is, are we pushing down to go higher just to grab some liquidity, or are we actually going to push down lower, right? Let's see. I want to see what I want to see if ES takes out this low and then gets a strong buy sequence. Because if we take this out and we get a strong buy sequence up, I'll probably look for higher to yesterday's high. That's probably, yeah, like that's what I would like right there. So we'll see. You know, I don't need to take a trade right now, so you know, we got time. We got time. I don't know if I really like the idea of down. Like, I know we are rejecting the hourly gap. We did inverse the 15-minute, but I don't know. I just don't feel like we're gonna come all the way back down here. I could be wrong, obviously. I could, but I don't know. We'll see. So far, we are holding it perfectly, so, you know. Let's see, we might like rebalance the whole thing, so it's like right here. This gap, I'll draw this gap right here. So, you know, if we do want to continue, that's probably like a target that we'd go for. But you know, let's see how we react. All right, so this is a good place to see how we react, because we just took out this low right here. All right, we just took out this low. So if we do just kind of hold this and start continuing lower, then yeah, then we're probably gonna go here. But let's say we take this out and then we start slamming higher, then we can probably look for higher. All right, so you know, we just want to see how we react right here, because we are taking out that low. So if we do want to continue lower, all right, and that's a good place to get short. If not, then you know, we'll see. There we go. All right. So we are, yep, just tap that. We just rebalanced that leg right there. Looks like we're pushing past that even lower. All right, cool. ES dumped as well. ES dumped as well. Okay, nice. Getting some movement here. Getting some movement. A very messy day for ES. Very messy day. So let me look at this. Yeah. All right. So you know, let's turn on the yeah. Let me look at this. Yeah. So let me turn on the indicator for this. I want to see what it would grab. So, you know, there's your Asia sweep there, right? We're gonna turn on the Asia session. So we're gonna turn on Asia. Yeah, so the inversion would have been right there. So the indicator would have gotten you in. And that close, put your stop, you know, at the high. And then, you know, you're targeting wherever you want. Trump is live. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. But I don't think this whole, like, I don't know. If we do start running down even lower, you know, we're just gonna snap back up eventually at some point. So yeah, we're gonna, you know, I'll probably be looking for the long, honestly. Like, if we do get a strong buy sequence off of this, I'll probably be looking for the long. So we'll see. If we just continue to run down, that, hey, that's fine. You know, it can do that. It can do that all day long. All day long. Tapping orb high right here. Yo, ES is dropping hard. Is ES catching up? Yo, ES is catching up. No. Yeah, ES is catching. Okay, wow, that's crazy. See, we do have a 5-minute gap right here. I want to see what happens with this. If we inverse that gap, you know, you could look to do something like, well, I'm not gonna say you, but I could look something to do. I could look something like this probably. If we do inverse that gap, if we hold it and we start sucking back up, all right, you know, but yeah, we'll see here. We'll see. We got a minute 20 till this 5-minute candle closes, so we'll watch that for sure. We do have a 1-minute gap right there, 1-minute gap right there, 5-minute. All right, cool. Yeah, so I want to see where this 5 minutes gonna close. We have a small 1-minute gap, bigger 1-minute gap right here. All right, 5-minute. Looks like this thing is sucking back up. I would not mind the longs here, guys. I would not mind the longs. Check the ES. Yeah. The thing is, which one do you take? Which one do you take? Right? Yeah, this is pretty high risk because Trump is talking, but you know. Got 20 seconds left, so probably won't be this candle, might be the next. Holding that CE. Which one to take? Which one to take? Assuming we get the confirmation. I like NQ. I like NQ. If we inverse this, probably get long. If we inverse, right? So far, we are just holding that CE. If we start slamming back down, we inverse this thing, okay, then we can probably look for lower. So it kind of depends on what we want to do here. We are gonna just see how we react. All right, if we continue strong with that buy sequence, then we'll look higher. If we continue lower, and we fail that pull up, and we inverse this 5 minute, then we'll look lower. So higher, higher or lower doesn't really matter. Just whatever we get. Let's check ES. All right, cool. Is anyone in a trade right now? Does anyone have a trade running? You guys in longs? You guys in shorts? So what your guys' buys here? Let's hear what the chat has to say. Trini entered at 226.50. 226. Did you enter long or short? Please tell me you entered long. Because long and ES got stopped out. All good, all good. On to the next trade for you. No big deal. Good job, Trini. Yo, what is this top fan thing? See how it says like number 3, number 2. What is this? I don't know what this is. So right now we are sitting inside this gap, right, on both ES and NQ. Top fan, yeah, but like what? Like I don't know what it is though. So if we inverse higher, we'll look for long. If we inverse this down, we'll probably look for today's low. So we are in power hour as well. So if we do kind of close down here, we'll probably look to get short. At 35 likes, we'll do an Apex giveaway, guys. 35 likes, took TP 680. Very nice, very nice. Let's see, just kind of consolidating in here. I'm sure we'll get a launch out one way or the other pretty soon here. Just waiting for that. Like I said, if we do inverse this 1 minute, I'll probably get long. The thing is, do I get long on ES or do I get long on NQ? I'm thinking. I don't know. I mean, like, ES, we can target, obviously the high of day and then yesterday's high. NQ, we target this high, this internal high, and then high of day. So obviously ES is higher than, NQ right now. I mean, here, let me see. So we did rebalance that. Now let me look at this. What did we do here? Did we rebalance? Yeah, we did. Yeah, all right, okay. If you guys do want to join the New York AM stream, I am live in my Discord for free every morning, Monday through Friday. So if you guys do want to join the New York AM stream, just join the Discord. Link is in the description below. You know, I like how he held this 5-minute gap right here. See how he held that? If we do inverse the thing strong, we do have a 5-minute gap right here as well. So yeah, I mean, like if we inverse this, like that's pretty good for higher. You know, I like that. Yeah. It's, you know, same thing on ES and NQ. Just which one do you guys like better for longs, ES or NQ? You know, obviously there's no confirmation yet, right? But if we do inverse this, I'll look for something. I'll probably do something like this, honestly. Probably break even at the gap fill. I don't know. And then probably here, probably take most of my profit there, and then look for that high for NQ. Now for ES, if we do take the ES trade, you know, obviously we look for high day, then yesterday's high. Looks like we are kind of pushing lower. Like I said, if we do kind of pull back into this 5-minute gap and then, or this 1-minute gap, and then we push lower outside of this, inversing this right here, then we could probably look for that sell side down here. You guys like NQ? You guys like NQ? Yeah. You know, like I used to only trade NQ, but in the past, I don't know, two and a half months, probably 2 months, I've kind of been trading both, you know, just whichever one looks better. And it's kind of helped too. It's actually kind of helped. Like I used to be one of those guys where I was like, only NQ, only. But now I kind of trade both, so. So we did tap that 5-minute gap to the tick. We did enter it on the on NQ. So if we do inverse this, and we do close kind of down here outside this 5-minute gap, I would like that for lower. If we were to get that sell sequence. All right, it's all about confirmation. It's all about confirmation. All right, it's either going to be something like that or it's going to be something like this. Okay, there's really, you know, it's going to be one or the other pretty much, unless we just chop for the next 20 minutes. So I will be back in like a 1 minute. Okay, so let me just put this here for a second. Yeah, I'll be back in like 1 minute. All right, I'm back. Okay, so it looks like we are kind of pushing up a little bit here into that 5-minute gap. Let's see if we can get that buy sequence up. Let's go look at ES. Okay, yeah, so same thing with ES, right? Same thing. You know, I think I'm liking NQ better if we get it. We'll see. Be something like this. Stop would probably be right there. You know, so it is a little bit interesting because we do have a gap fill right there. So this is gap fill. You know, so what will that be? That would be like, yeah, 0.4. Okay. So like I would go break even here just to be safe, kind of. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see how it's reacting. Target would be, I mean, main target would be kind of like high of day. Or sorry, not high of day. This pullback, this internal high right there. Holding the high of day would be nuts. That'd be, yeah, that'd be crazy. We'll see. You know, just tapping the CE of that 5-minute gap. So we want to see how we're going to react off of that. All right. So you know, something like this, you know, safe stop would be right here. You know, a little bit tighter stop would probably be like right there, even like, you know, even like right there. Yeah, probably somewhere like right there, honestly. Yeah, target. Let's look at the hourly real quick, see what we got going on here. $15-minute gap fill. 5 minutes. Okay, so we do have a 5-minute gap right here. Look at that for targets. That'll be nice. That'll be a nice target. So yeah, you know, maybe something like this. You know, like it would be smart to go break even at this point with the gap fill. Be a little bit early, so you might just do something like this. You know, so it's like, oh, well. So we'll see. We'll see. We got 20 seconds left on this candle. Want to see where we close. Want to see where we close in this candle. Five, 4, 3, 2. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. I'm in. I'm in right there. So like I said, safe break even will be at this gap fill. You might get tagged out. There's a good chance. Obviously, that's if we get up there, right? We don't have to. You know, I could see. What do you think here? What do you think? Yeah. So like I'll probably take off some right here. This will probably be kind of like my main target. Will be this high. I would say like that right there, that gap entry. So that'll be my main target right there. Be that 0.89, and then I'll leave like that. That's where I'll go break even. And I'll leave the rest for here, right here, this internal high. and then you know, I might leave like some. Oh yeah, then I'll leave like a few left for this gap up here. So that's it right there. So you know, I like the trade. I like the trade. We ran down into a 5-minute gap. We held it, took out liquidity. You know, a nice little buy sequence up, inversed a 5-minute and a 1-minute gap. So I like the trade, win or lose. I think it's a pretty good trade. So that's all we can do. Win or lose, that's all we can do is take our trade. So yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, I'm in here. So you know, safe break even is here. That's safe. There's a good chance we're gonna see it pull back there. There's a very good chance. I just don't want to get like, you know, tagged out like that. So I'll probably kind of hold until here, unless if I really start seeing us kind of slam down. But I'm gonna try to hold to this right here, this gap. So, well, yeah, we'll see. Gap fill is coming up on the 5 minutes. Remember, watch out for the gap fill. Watch out for that. I want to see how we close in a minute 18. All right, I want to see where we close with this gap right here. I'm going to be watching that closely. If we do kind of reject that CE, you know, we'll see what happens here. But want this thing to continue up through this gap. I might go ahead and move my stop up, honestly. Something like that. Maybe. Maybe like that. Yeah, do like that. Kind of rejecting that gap just a tad. Kind of holding in it. We want to see that continuation, inverse this gap. We got 10 seconds here. Let's see where this candle closes. All right, so it looks like we did close above the CE. Very nice close, very nice close. I like that hold. Like that hold. Gap fills right there. So if anyone is in this trade, which I doubt it, but if anyone is, that's a safe area to take some profit. All right. I'm actually going to go ahead and lock some in right there. Wait, what? Wait, what just happened? Oh, no. I accidentally just took all my profit. I accidentally just took all my profit right there. I had 10 micros. I had 10 micros on, yeah. And I meant to sell 2. I meant to sell 2 of them right there and then move the rest to break even. But the order quantity was set to 5, so it sold all 5 or all 10. All right. Well, once we did kind of go up, I did end up moving my stop just a tad. So, Yeah. Let's here. Let me go back over here. Let me see. Yeah, so like 671.75, 671.75. Yeah, pretty much right there. All right, well, you know, I mean, good trade, I guess. Good trade, 0.6R, right? I would like to see this thing run higher, which I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will run higher. At least, yeah. I mean, like it's a solid win, you know. It's a solid win. I meant to take off some and then let like move the rest to break even. So like if I were still in this, I'll be at break even right now. But yeah, I mean like 0.6R is good. You know, 0.6R is good. So it's not great. Obviously, you know, you want to, you know, try to run it out, but you know, I'm fine with the profits. I'm not complaining. Yeah, that happens to me every now and then, where like I try to sell some, but like the order quantity is more than one, so then it starts selling like, you know, fives. So no, it depends on the stop size. So yeah, you know, a pretty solid trade. Pretty solid trade, you know. We would still be holding some, you know, stops would be just like right there. We would taking some off right there and trying to let the rest go to up here. I'll probably take off most position here. That was kind of my plan right at this. So we are, you know, we are close. We did get close to it. And then obviously past that, just you know, just kind of run it. Just kind of run it to like orb low. You know, back up this ultimately to this 5-minute gap up here. But yeah, this is a, I mean, like it was a good trade. You know, it was a good trade. Tapped into the 5-minute gap, had a strong sell sequence, strong buy sequence back up. Did not even close below the 5-minute CE right here in this gap. Strong buy sequence, inversing the 5-minute and the 1-minute at the same time. Pretty much no drawdown. Had like 2 minutes of pause and then just push, right? So, you know, good trade, a very good trade. Is anyone still in the trade? Let's see, Timothy was in. I think Victor was in. It looks like Sonia was in. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Still, Fox is still holding. AM, yes. All right, yeah. Very nice, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much the entry model right there. You know, that's pretty much what I trade almost every day, right? Took out liquidity right here. Held higher time frame PD Ray, strong buy sequence, inverse 5-minute and 1-minute. That's it. That's it, guys. That's you know, that's the model. Let's see what ES did. Yes, yeah, same thing on ES. So if you guys do want to join the New York AM stream, just join the Discord, right? Completely free. That's where we stream in the morning. That's where we do most of the giveaways. We did do another Apex giveaway this morning. Timothy won again, 2 weeks in a row for Timothy for the Apex account. 2 weeks. You know, maybe it was a good thing that we accidentally took all of our position off at that gap fill. You know, so this is the gap fill I was talking about. It was this one right here. I don't have it drawn. It's right here. You can see we did inverse it. You know. I guess I got lucky at taking all profits. I guess I got lucky taking all profits right there. You know. I don't really think this thing's bearish yet. I still think this thing's gonna go higher, but we might kind of like, you know, kind of do something first, pull back a little bit. Re-enter? Nah, I'm not gonna re-enter. Pretty good day. Pretty good day already. No need to, you know, kind of force anything here. So we're good. We're good. So everyone should be out if you guys were in that trade. You guys should be out at break even. You know, like the gap fill, like it was like a 0.5, 0.6 R, something like that. But you know, whenever you kind of fill those gaps, price can definitely turn. You know, price can definitely turn off of them. So even though this gap wasn't like way up there, like ideally this gap would have been higher. We would have had a longer run, obviously. But you know, those gap fills are good places to take profit. So. You know, just like I said on the way down, right? Like, remember before all this happened, I said, you know, if we start accelerating down through here, a good area would be this gap right here, right? And that's what, I mean, you know, that was our target. We hit that, had the 5-minute gap too, and then boom. So, like obviously, you know, kind of like your ultimate target's gonna be like, you know, some type of session high or something like that. But you know, like where you're gonna take off most of your profit are probably gonna be at those little internal gaps. You know, trying to hold all the way to previous day high or like whatever, like, you know, like it can get there, like it'll be a very, very rough ride. But I mean, like if you're trading props and you got trailing drawdown, you know, like just get in and get the 1R, you know, try maybe hold a few contracts, you know, so and get out, just get in, get out. All right, so now we have this gap right here. Let me go ahead and delete that. So we have this 1-minute gap right here. I'm not gonna take anything for the rest of the day, so I'll probably hop off here in like 2 minutes. But guys, if you guys need any Apex, Take Profit Trader, Bullnox accounts, best code. This will always give you the best discount in GC Trading right here. GC Trading, Apex, Take Profit Trader, Bullnox. So, but yeah, I'll hop off here in a few minutes. Also, lots of people have been asking me about my trade copier. So this is the trade copier that I use. It's the Trade Devils trade copier. You can stack all of your props, all of your live accounts, right? Right now I'm stacking my live account, my Apex account, and my Tradeify account, all right? So you guys can get a 7-day free trial. You can also use code GC Trading 10 for 10% off, just on my website. Link for that's in the description below. Looks like we are kind of pulling down here. I'll hop off in about a minute. And yeah, you know, we'll be back tomorrow morning, obviously. Does it work for different prop firms? Yes. I copy trade multiple prop firms. Yep. You can copy trade all the prop firms you want, all the live accounts, all the sim accounts, all whatever account you want, you can copy trade it. Take profit, Apex, right? Anything, live, sim. And it's really, how many accounts do I copy at a time? Let's see. Like four or five. But yeah, like, it's really easy. You can just check. You can check the accounts, right? Easy. Super simply choose your leader account right there. So yeah, that's here. You know what? Here, I'll actually put this in the chat. Can I put this in the chat? Yeah, I think I can. Boom. There we go. All right, guys. I think I'll hop off there. Pretty good session. We got lucky. We accidentally took all profits right there at the gap fill, which was, I guess it was smart. But yeah, a pretty good day. Very good day. We'll be live tomorrow morning in the Discord for free during the New York AM stream. So that's 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So if you're not in the Discord, go ahead and join that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Adios.